We had Dion like right before he went to Colorado.
It was insane.
He's the best guy in the world.
Ever.
Love him. He is the number one guy I've met that was totally different than what I thought I was getting when I met him. And just like the smartest, down-to-earth, aware, like calculating, just dude ever.
First time you met him, what happens?
I was impressed instantly. Like we just started talking, shooting the shit. First of all, some athletes
in person or phone or phone
Can you
call?
paint the picture for us?
Some athletes at his stature or whatever have an air about him where it's like you're not sure you can bust balls. He could take it. You could say anything, make fun of him for anything. He'd give it back to you. Just so down to earth. And then the story that got me was he was talking about his primetime character. And he's like, well, when I was in college, I looked at all the people who are getting drafted in money slots, quarterbacks and all this. He's like, no defensive back ever made money, ever got paid. So I'm like, what do I gotta do to change this? Invent primetime, make myself.
Conscious decision.
Yep.
Genius.
Create this fucking marketing thing, and it fucking worked. Like, and he's dead right. Everything he does is calculated, smart, he's so like wildly humble, which you wouldn't expect. In the way you can bust the balls. Like if he loses, I could text him and be like, you fucked that play call. He's like, yeah, I know. Like he comes across as one of the guys, truly. I don't have, and he's had my back through, like, if someone attacks, asks, he's like, I love him. Like he's straight. He's honestly, I can't root for him. And I knew he would be successful. Yeah. I knew that within, and when I say that as a college coach, I'm like, anybody who could sit with him and not hire him is a moron. He's perfect for this age.
Really?
Perfect.
Yeah, he's got insane gravity. Like there are some people that, for whatever reason, when they talk, the world wants to know what they're saying. Whatever they're doing, the eyeballs are on them, and he's one of them. Now, obviously, this past weekend, difficult.
Smoked.
Did you expect this?
It didn't shock me. I thought I thought they had a chance to win, if we're being honest. Yeah. But they lost Travis Hunter, and he just doesn't have the guys yet.
Yeah.
But it didn't shock me.
Do you think that, because we all love to root for the cocky, the bravado, like everybody loved when Connor was knocking people out and being confident. And the second he stumbles, everybody kind of.
Totally.
So do you think that's going to happen this week with Dion? Oh, it was all a hype job.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't real.
Listen, that will come. But I guess what I'm saying about Dion, and I think he's smart enough if he's like, you know what? Me being humble and like almost deferential to other teams or whatever would help me win, he'd do that. Like he's doing what he thinks he has to do to build the best program. Yes. Yeah. And it's working. Like Colorado's fucking, people are gonna forget that. Colorado's horrible last year. They expected him to be 0-3 going into that game. He's already been a success no matter what happens. I mean, they were like the worst team ever last year.
I'm a college football casual, but the only college football memory I have of Colorado before this year was a Cordell Stewart Hail Mary in like 94.
Yeah, right.
That's all I got.
Yep.
In 20 years, 30 years, whatever it's been, that's it.
Now the most popular team.
Yeah, and even look what he does. You can tell a lot by the people who come back to support him, whether it could be Troy Aikman one week and then it'll be Michael Irvin the next. And it's like, you don't find people who know him who say bad things. Like the people he spent a lot of time around are all uniform, like, yeah, he's fucking the real deal.
Do you remember watching him play?
Yes.
Have you seen anything like it since?
No, he was a different guy. I mean, it's weird because I actually was more like Bo Jackson. Like Bo Jackson until he got hurt. Yeah. Like I would be more like Dion can't hold Bo Jackson jockstrap type guy. As a kid, I thought Bo was.
But Bo was
also that dude. Yeah. Bo was also, and then you saw Bo play offense too, which is way more exciting.
Well, Bo, like Heisman Trophy and
to be that muscular and run like that.
He was like a superhero.
Crazy. Yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah. So for me, now you look back, but for me, it's like, who is the original two-sport athlete? The Bo Knows campaign, all that. It was fucking Bo Jackson. Even the stories you'd hear about him are like, I watched that 30 for 30 on him. Insane.
What story?
Just, there was a million of them, like these crazy heroic, like you just pick a baseball up and like throw it out of a field. There's that clip of him in the Royals game, he runs on the wall.
Yeah, runs like, up the wall, runs sideways.
Defy gravity.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but I remembered him more, my memory of Dion was like very flamboyant, like flashy, kind of like talk a lot, player. I didn't really know the person as much. And I was probably on the young side, but
my roommate said it well, and this was like 15 years ago, but he said every cornerback you've seen since Dion is just doing Dion.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion.
Really?
They got the long towel hanging out the back. They had, for a while, they would wear that little headband around the neck that Dion would wear. They're all just doing Dion.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're going to replicate the most successful person in your position, but it's just crazy that somebody who was playing defense could be the star of the team. I understand maybe a linebacker because you're sacking the quarterback. There's like this terror. But the better corner you are, the less active you'll be in the game.
Totally.
And somehow we're still watching him.
He did the punt returns, the dances, the videos, everything.
I remember grew up in Dallas, so I was a Cowboy fan. Anytime Dion was back to return a punt, just so you could fit at home, the whole family, this is it, let's go.
There's that great moment when I think he's playing for the 49ers and they're playing the Atlanta Hawks. It's the first time back in Atlanta. Or, sorry, the Atlanta Falcons. It's his first time back in Atlanta, and he gets a pick six.
Yeah.
And after the game, he says some shit. He goes, "This is always my home.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not playing for this team, it's my home." Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, what a fucking legend to do the post. Like you could go after that, be like, "Oh, it was so emotional to be here." No, keep the character on.
No, I'm a huge fan. I'll be a huge fan of his for life.
To your cornerbacks not getting paid story, now it's like one of the top 5 positions you pay in football, and you didn't even think about that until you said it. That's all back to Dion.
Yeah, and he got branding early. Like he's like, how do I make money? How do I get contracts like sponsorship? He got it. He got it. Smart.
He had a shoe that was fire. Football players never have cool shoes. Dion's shoe was fire.
Too legit to quit. Him and MC Hammer, right?
Yeah, using the Brad videos.
Crazy. Okay, what happens with the Pats? Before we get out of here, what happens with them? Does Belichick win another ring?
I gotta tell you, I'm scarred from that game yesterday against the Jets because I thought Mac looked good, and then this coaching, I don't know what the fuck happened the second half. They won the game. It felt like a loss. The Jets are so pathetic. They let him in. I don't know what's going on. I'll say yes, but the tone of voice isn't the most convincing. You got a lot of beasts. I think Mac Jones is very good. I don't know how Jacoby Myers, we let him go to the Steelers and got Juju Smith-Schuster for the same money.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a rough patch. Having said that, if the Patriots don't win forever the rest of my life, I'll take it.
You're so blessed. Now, what's your overall perception of Belichick post-Brady? Does that taint his legacy? As like in the coaching, not in your eyes, in the coaching echelon.
It doesn't. To me, I get a lot of people because I really think he was largely responsible for the Giants Super Bowls with the defense he had with like LT. So it's like he did it there, and then
Parcells never won a Super Bowl without Belichick.
Correct. Yeah, and Belichick won without. So and like if you remember, No, I got confused. But I can see the argument. I can certainly see the argument. They made a mistake letting him go too early, Brady. He still had years to play, and then he goes and wins in Tampa. So I certainly see the argument because the Patriots haven't been very good since.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the greatest run in the history of sports.
Yeah,
the 20-year run they had.
It's been unbelievable. But the Brady thing is so interesting. He was on, Patrick Bet David.
Yes.
He's fantastic. And they did a podcast that was kind of like live, and he had Brady on, and Brady was talking about this competitive
I saw that. This was just the other day.
And these clips are fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, he cried during the Brady 6.
Bro.
Cried talking about 6 quarterbacks, like on a documentary, crying that they were drafted ahead of him.
But that type of fucking, like him talking about how, like it was on some Jordan shit.
Yeah,
I need the enemy and I need the anger. And once I can hate you, I can get out there and be like, let's fucking go. But I love that. I love someone going out there and wanting the other team to hate them.
Yeah.
And thriving off of that.
I didn't have friends on the other team.
What motivates you? Are you one of those that?
Yo, for sure. Hate is a major, like that is probably my fuel, like enemies.
And would you create an enemy that
I don't have to create them. They're everywhere.
But I mean, like, you know how Jordan would, he had
Do you need that for motivation sometimes?
Yeah, a lot. I've always had it, so I don't know what I'd do without it. Mm-hmm. But it's always there. Like that guy Kenji, he's going on a Ace of Spades bottle today. Like, no joke.
Wait, why? What happened?
That's the guy from the...
no, I know, but what...
you're
not popping it.
No.
You're just putting him down there.
He's engraved on the bottle, and we'll put it on the shelf. And we'll wait.
Yeah.